How often do you go out and about? Maybe you're on an airplane, you're on an elevator, you're at the grocery store, and somebody says, "What is that on your arm?" Or you can catch them kind of taking a quick glance at it, and you know that this is that opportunity that you have right now to help somebody else to feel their best and to share the Thrive experience with them, but you stop. You don't know what to say, you get nervous, or you just don't feel like talking about it, and you let that opportunity pass you by. And then later you want to kick yourself. You're so mad that you didn't seize the day, take that opportunity, and share about the Thrive experience. So today we're going to talk all about that. What do you say when somebody says, "What is Thrive?" or "What is that on your arm?" and they ask you a question like that? What is it that you're going to say? I call that an elevator pitch. I believe no matter what business you're in, no matter what you do, you want to always be prepared with your elevator pitch. And I truly believe that in this business, there's a couple different ways. So you need to have those ahead of time. You need to have a super quick one ready to go in case you are literally in the elevator with somebody and you have just a quick second to explain it. You also want to have like maybe a 30-second one for maybe when you're at the park or at the grocery store and somebody asks you about it a little bit more. And then you want to also have one that shares the opportunity as well in case somebody says, "What is it that you do? How do you make money with that business?" Or what is a business called Thrive? What are you talking about? So you want to have a couple different elevator pitches ready to go. So today we're going to kind of share, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly like what I say when I'm in those situations. But the biggest thing is finding a way that it's easy for you to communicate with somebody and then practicing. I know that sounds weird, but I promise you that one of the things that I did when I first started on the Thrive experience and decided to click that Become a Promoter button was Elise sent me the 24-hour recorded call by Paul Gervais. Hopefully you guys all have that saved in your phone and you do share it with people. But I literally listened to that pre-recorded call every single day for probably a month. Every day I'd drop my kids off at school and my ride home is only 3 or 4 minutes from their school. And so I would listen to it on my way home from school. So I challenge you to do that because what that allowed me to do was get comfortable with the verbiage of how to talk about the Thrive experience, what it is, what makes it unique, how it would work for them. And then I got more comfortable with that. Then when I decided to figure out what I was going to say when people asked me, then I started practicing it. I would look at myself in the mirror and practice it. I've written it down a few different times. And that allows me in the moment to take a deep breath and not allow the nerves to take over, right? Because for some of us, it's not that we don't want to share it, it's that we get extremely nervous about what to say, right? Some of you might be able to relate with this, but sometimes when people ask me, I start feeling like sweat and like a whole bunch of heat come on because I'm kind of on the spot. And I love speaking in front of the room. You can put me in front of 10,000 people and I do not get nervous. I love it. But one-on-one, for some reason, I get extremely nervous. I feel like I'm on the spot and I stumble over my words. I feel like the heat rise, my neck starts to get hot. And so that for me is important that I'm prepared ahead of time with what I would say in those situations, because then when somebody says to me, "What is Thrive?" or "What is that?" I can take a deep breath and then I can answer because I've memorized it. I've said it enough times. It is like second nature. It just comes right off my tongue. And before I share with you guys exactly what I want to say, I want to share with you one time when I picked up Jason Camper, our co-CEO and co-founder of Lavelle. I picked him up from the airport for one of our locals here in Fort Lauderdale. And I said, he was wearing a short sleeve shirt and his DFT was like right on his muscle, right? And I said, "Jason, what do you say when you're on the airplane and somebody looks over and they see that? Because I'm sure, you have a great way to say it to people." And he goes, "I'm super simple. I just say, 'Oh, you haven't heard of the Thrive experience yet?'" And then he said, I hear what they say back to me, because when you say it that way, it makes them think, "Oh my gosh, how have I not heard of this yet?" Right? It's like the coolest brand or whatever. It makes people think, "Well, how could I have not heard of this?" And so they'll generally say, "No, what is that?" And he'll say, "This is my wearable nutrition. It gives me all day energy. It makes me feel absolutely amazing. I can't believe you haven't heard of it yet. Let me get you some information." Okay? So again, that was simple. It was clear, right? The other thing is making sure that you carry around with you either business cards, or I actually don't even have business cards. I have the Thrive experience sample cards that we use. I don't have one right by me, that we use in our sample packs, and like I'll write my information on the back of it. And I usually make sure I always have a couple of those in my purse, or if you have a business card. So if you are in a very tight situation where you don't have enough time to get their information, like let's say you're on an elevator with somebody, I would simply say to them, "Oh, you haven't heard of the Thrive experience yet? You would absolutely love this. It's actually how I get get my all-day wearable nutrition. It allows me to not need coffee or any other caffeine. And the best part is it helped me get rid of my discomfort in my neck and help me sleep through the night and have great energy all day long. I know we're about to get off the elevator, so why don't I go ahead and give you one of my business cards? You can send me a quick text message and say you're interested, and I'll send you a free sample in the mail. How does that sound? I always end with a question because it makes them have to say something back, right? So how does that sound? They'll go, oh, that's awesome. And then as I'm getting off the elevator, don't forget to text me. I'd love to send you a sample. Okay, so that's putting the ball in their court. If they message me back after that, they're excited. They want that sample. That is a great new prospect for me, right? They might take my business card and never message me again. That happens, right? If I have more time, let's say I'm at the gym or I'm at the grocery store or I'm at the park and somebody asks me about my DFT, then I'll say to them, oh, you haven't heard of the Thrive Experience yet? And I wait for their response. And then I say, well, this is actually how I get my all-day wearable nutrition. It helped me to get off caffeine and even sugar. I have all-day energy. I don't crash anymore in the late afternoon. I sleep through the night. The best part is my neck discomfort and headaches are gone. It's absolutely amazing. I'd love to get you some more information. Can I have your email? And then usually if they say sure and they start to give me their email, I'll say, and actually, since you have your phone out, do you have Facebook? Oh, awesome. Let's find each other on Facebook so we can communicate anyways. And then that way, if I'll send me a quick message and I can give you a free sample in the mail. So again, I'm like adding to the next step. I'm getting their name, I'm getting their email. I tell them I'm going to give them some more information by email, but then I ask them to friend me on Facebook because then we can start communicating. If we start having great conversation, we're getting along, we have a little bit longer to talk, then I ask for their phone number because at that point, people don't feel weirded out by that. They feel totally comfortable. The next thing that sometimes happens is maybe somebody's checking it out. Like you can see them kind of looking at your DFT and you're like, oh, don't worry. Like I'll kind of make a joke sometimes. I'll be like, don't worry. I'm not trying to get off of nicotine. It's actually just my wearable nutrition. Have you heard of the Thrive Experience yet? Or I'll say, hey, I see you checking this thing out. Are you curious what it is? And then I'll say, have you heard of the Thrive Experience yet? So I'll share all of that with them. And the other great thing that sometimes happens is maybe you're with a group of people and you're talking about your business. Or you're like, this just happened to me last week. I was saying, oh my gosh, I got to find a white dress for Cabo. Have you seen any white dresses lately? I was with a group of people from my kids' school. And one of the moms said, oh, you're going on another trip with your business? And I said, yes, we go on 3 a year. I love it. I'm so excited. This is a really beautiful resort in Cabo that we're going to this time. And I just can't wait. And one of the other ladies who I don't know all that well said, what do you do? That sounds like amazing that you get to go on 3 trips a year. So I turned to her and said to her, have you heard of the Thrive Experience yet? And she said no. And I said, well, it's actually an amazing vitamin supplement system that I've been taking for the last 4 years that allows me to sleep through the night, helps me get rid of the headaches that I used to have all the time, my neck discomfort that I used to have. But the best part is that I have all day sustainable energy. I used to crash in the late afternoon and feel like a, mommy zombie, a momby that you see people post all the time. That was me. And now I have this amazing energy. And she goes, you always seem like you have such good energy. And I say, well, it's only because of the Thrive Experience. And so because I loved it so much, I decided to be one of their consultants, and they're always looking for new consultants. And basically I get to work from home and share this product with others, and I can earn 3 trips a year. I've had my car paid for the last 4 years. I'd love to get you some more information if you're interested. And she looked at me and said, that sounds amazing. So I took down her phone number and I said, I know we're with all of our friends right now. We're trying to have a little luncheon. So I'll get in touch with you this weekend. Don't worry. I'll reach out to you so that we don't have to talk about it here. So, that's another thing that I do a lot. Like if I'm at somewhere where I feel like it's a little uncomfortable to talk about it, or there's other people around, or maybe there's a negative Nelly around. We all know those people, right? I will say to the person who I'm talking to, you know what? I'm so excited to share this with you. I'm going to reach out to you tonight. What's your phone number and what's your email? Because this is like not the best place to talk about it right now. Or we're in the middle of a luncheon, or this is church. I don't really want to mix the two. So I'd love to talk to you tonight because I know this could really help you. So I just kind of excuse myself from talking about it right now because it's not maybe the most comfortable place. Or a lot of times people want to talk to me about it at the kids' games, or I'll strike up a conversation, but then I really do want to watch my kids' game. So I'll say to them, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share more with you about this. I know you're going to love it. So let me have your information. I'll reach out to you later tonight because I know we both want to watch our kids' game and I don't want to take your attention off of your son. So see how I did that? I made it about her, and then it allowed me to get out of the conversation for that moment and be able to follow up there later, but it also allowed me to get her information. So that's always a win-win situation. So here's my question to you. After watching this, Be honest, okay? Type your response to either of those questions or both of those questions. What is thrive or what's that? You can even use the verbiage that you heard on here today, or you can use your own verbiage, and then copy and paste some of the different things that people suggest here in the comments and save it to your phone under notes. This will allow you to get more comfortable. I also challenge you to listen to that 24-hour recorded call by Paul Gravett, because that is a great way for you to listen to how he talks about it, and that will help you feel even more confident. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. Any questions, please put them in the comments below. But otherwise, I'd love to hear from you. What do you say when somebody says, what is thrive or what's that? Put it below in the comments, and I can't wait for us all to share with each other. Have a great day.